Hi, welcome to another book talk with Diana. Right now, we are now going to talk about a book called Ghost Boys by Jewel Parker Rhodes. And this book is for juvenile fiction, so I would say, middle school. It's appropriate for middle school on up. This book has a very deep message, um, kind of matches along with things that are going on even today. It's a familiar type story. This is about a 12-year-old boy named Jerome who was playing with a toy gun and was someone called the police on the situation, and he was shot in the back by police and died. So anybody from Cleveland can see the similarities between this story and the story of Tamir Rice, who also died that same exact way. So the book follows Jerome going back and forth between when he was alive and now as he's dead. And we hear the background on how the situation even happened with Jerome meeting a new boy in school named Carlos. Jerome has been bullied by these three boys all the time. And he kind of befriends Carlos, the new kid. And for lunch, they take their lunch up into the bathroom and they eat in the last couple stalls. They each get into a stall and they eat and they're, talking and getting to know each other, having fun. And then, of course, the three bullies enter. They drag them out of the bathroom stalls, and Carlos, the new kid, pulls out a gun. Uh, the three bullies back off. Uh, Carlos tells Jerome it's not real, it's a toy gun, it just looks real. And at the end of the day, as they're outside, and Jerome and his little sister Kim, or his older sister Kim, is walking, um, getting ready to walk home from school, and Carlos wants to show his appreciation for him being his friend, and said, "Here, take the gun, go have some fun, go play with it." Jerome does, and of course, we see what happens. He's shot by the police in the back. So, as a ghost, Jerome, follows the preliminary trial to even see if the officer is going to be charged with anything. He sees his family. He also meets another young ghost boy. Now, while he's in the court watching the police officer and the hearings, the police officer's daughter Sarah is there, and she can see him. She can also see the other little ghost boy. We later learn that the other ghost boy is Emmett Till, and he doesn't want to tell his story on what happened. He doesn't think they're ready to hear what happened to him. They're not ready yet. So towards the end of the book, we do get the story of Emmett Till told from him, and it actually gives you the feeling like maybe this is really how it happened exactly, and you get that feeling like, oh my gosh, this is kind of heavy. There's another part in this book why it's called Ghost Boys with an S, because while he's a ghost, Jerome and Emmett are both in Sarah's room and they're talking, and he kind of, is wondering why he hasn't moved on. Jerome wants to know why hasn't he moved on. And Emmett tells him, I want to show you something. And they kind of go to the window. Sarah's there too. So Sarah, Jerome, and Emmett go to the window, and he says, "See?" And then there's a shadow, then another and another and another. Hundreds, thousands of ghost boys standing ever still, looking up through the window into our souls. Do I still have a soul? I don't understand. These are our people. Sarah gasps. I punch the wall. Nothing happens. No cracking or paint peeling. Black boys, Sarah whispers, then clamps her hand over her mouth. This is messed up. These are kids killed like Jerome, killed like you, asks Sarah. Ghost boy nods. I turn from him and Sarah. I look down. Hundreds and hundreds of shadow boys, a heart wrenching crew. Army strong. No, zombie apocalypse strong. Standing on lawns, in the streets, their faces raised to me. Just that image, um, kind of. gives you that image of all the boys that have died before them that didn't get to grow up, uh, killed by police. Stories that we probably haven't heard. Not every story makes the national news, but these young boys, different city, different name, same story. So while reading this, it actually it's kind of a tearjerker. You get to the end and you're reading this and seeing that, what is why isn't these why haven't they moved on? So you kind of get the impression that there's a reason. One of the ghost boys towards the end says, uh, somebody has seen me. Thurgood Marshall saw me, and it gives you the image that maybe these boys haven't moved on because they're there for somebody to see them that's going to make a change or make a difference. And we get the idea that Sarah's going to make a difference because in the end we see her starting a web page with links about all these different boys that have passed on due to police uh, killing them. And you kind of get the idea that now something might change. She saw them because that's what needed to happen for her to be able to make that change later in life. And maybe this might end. Maybe we won't have another shooting like this. So this book is, again, like I said, middle school age. I would recommend you reading it with your child so that you can have a discussion. If they have, some questions or even ideas on what they can do to make a change, what they can do to make a difference. But it is a great read. And just have a little tissue with you towards the end there. It does make you feel a lot when you're reading it just because it's so close to home with stuff that's going on today. So give it a try. Again, that's Ghost Boys, Jewel Parker Rhodes, and try it out. Thanks.